Okay, welcome back folks. So today's challenge is going to see if we can get these scratches out this glass here. Now I've had a little play with the passenger side glass, which I'll show you in a second, and that's come up mostly okay. I have had a bit of luck with the passenger glass because the passenger glass is actually fitted on the other side now. It was a new piece I had from eBay for 80 quid, brand new glass for drop glass for the Mk1 Escort for 80 quid. They also, same company, also sells the right hand side for the driver's side, but they want 250 quid for that. Go figure. So, but with the spare glass, which was a lot worse than this one for scratches, and this one's quite bad, I have had a little bit of a practice run. So I'll show you how far I've got with that and where I was struggling, and the next step, which I'm hoping to get correct, because I can get it mostly clear, but I'm struggling with the last little bit. But I've been told, I had a chat with a glazer, and he said Jeweler's Rouge is the stuff to try. So we'll give that a crack. So here's the passenger glass, and as you can see, there's still a bit of, actually looks a lot better on camera. Put it towards, actually looks a lot better on camera than it does to the naked eye, but there's still a slight mistiness to it, which I'm still not quite getting out. It's nice and flat, and all the scratches are gone, or the majority of the scratches are gone, but I'm still struggling to get that last bit of mistiness out. So I'm gonna have a go with the Jeweler's Rouge now to see if that works. If that does work, then I will pull out this glass and show you how I got this far and hopefully get it to a nice crystal finish. Right, this is the Jeweler's Rouge. It's sort of a red powder, hence the rouge, I guess. I did buy a glass polishing kit off of eBay, a generic type one, but it wasn't that good. The powder that came with it, I don't think it was what it said it was going to be. So here's the Jeweler's Rouge, and here's the instructions with it. So Jeweler's Rouge powder. Particles naturally clump together when packed and will run smooth when a carrier liquid, usually water, is added. Take care, as rouge can stain skin and clothes. Wear gloves if possible. Use soap and water washing up liquid to remove the from the skin. Please store in a safe place away from young children. So plastic gloves it is then. Right, okay, let's mix a bit up and see what we got. Okay, let's mix a bit of this up and see what we get. So a bit of water. A bit of Jeweler's Rouge. I wonder what this is made of. Might Google that after. Looks like brick dust. Let's go for gold. Yep, it is very red. Gotta put gloves on. It's staining the gloves. Probably stain the glass now. End up with a red tint on the glass now. Okay, let's try it on the glass. Now, I see a particularly faded bit is just there. So let's have a go. So this is the kit I got off eBay. So it did come with some useful bits, which include these felt pad things. Get a fresh one. Have a go. Alright, let's just try a little bit first and see what happens. I'm gonna spray myself with red goop now. Right, let's see how that's doing. What's in this? I have since found out that Mk1 do a particular glass polishing product, so if this fails I might give that a try. We might be on something here. Okay, yeah, that's not bad. Okay, let's keep trying with that then. Don't need a massive amount of it either. Try a little bit by hand. See how that goes. Oh no, it's definitely a machine process. Okay, I think we're on to something. Okay, so you can see with the difference now if I shine a light on the glass. That's the bit I was struggling with before, getting the mist out of it. And now that's with the Jeweler's Rouge. There's still slight scratching in it. And that's probably because I've gone a bit too heavy with the previous approaches, but that's massively better than what it was like. If we go over to the driver's window, that's what it was like. All that scratching. In fact, it was a lot worse than that. So from that to that, that's an acceptable improvement, I would say. So what I need to do now is take this glass out, and to do that I've already riveted this bit back in, so I'm going to have to unrivet that and faff about. So I'll pull the glass out and then show you where we're at. Okay, for the next bit, which is not for the faint-hearted, and I'd strongly recommend you wear a mask, is to take sanding discs to the glass. So this is the driver's side, and it's quite badly scratched up, especially on the bottom here. So first thing I'm going to do is clean it with some handle wipe to get any grit out of these bits. Because we don't want to be swirling grit around that's already there, make things much worse. I think the inside isn't too bad as it happens. It's all pretty much on the outside. There's a little bit there, but I could live with the state of the inside, but the outside is going to have to be sorted. The good news is about this is toughened glass, so it will take a fair amount of heat. If you're doing this to ordinary glass, if you want to do this to windows in your house, for example, or laminated windows, because laminated isn't toughened, it's ordinary glass with plastic in between, it won't take the heat, but the toughened glass will take the heat, so got half a chance for that. So I've got a selection of discs which I found have worked on the other one, ranging from 120, which is what we're going to start with, and then we're going to go to 240. I think this one is, no, 180, then to 240, which I think I've got a couple of there, then to 240, then 600, and then we're going to really go up to the like 4,000, 8,000 and 10,000. These almost get it clear as it happens. It just leaves that mistiness that we then need to get rid of. So let's start off. Let's put these this way around. Start off using these just to get all the scratches out. Now this seems really drastic, and the good thing is this is for sale in Lidl's at the moment. These cheap grind, only 20 quid or so, and it's got speed control on it. And that is a good thing as well, because you could slow it down just to get into the scratches. Right, let's make a noise. What I think I'll do, rather than do the whole piece of glass on here, is I'll just do this corner here and then show you the results compared to what is there, and then I'll just do the rest of the glass and show you the final finish. Otherwise you're going to have to watch me grind the entire piece of glass down. See how hot it's getting. The glass can take it, it's incredible. Okay, so hopefully you can see how we're cutting through the scratches compared to there. And that's the sort of finish we're getting already with the 240 or the 180 grit. And that will refine quite a lot as we go down through the grits. And then we just need to finish it off with the jeweler's stuff. I'm no expert at this, I've just been working this out as I'm going. So don't take this as a guide as to what to do, this is just what I'm doing. Okay, on to the next grit, which is 600. Now, you'd never be able to get ordinary glass this hot because that would have shattered by now. Hopefully this won't. Otherwise I'm up to spending 250 quid on a piece of glass, which I don't want to do. Okay, that's looking good so far. Now we get under the really fine stuff. So 4,000 is what I got. Bit of 8,000. Right, I'll show you where we're at. Okay, so you can see now with 8,000 grit, we're almost clear again. So it's that we now want to try and get clarified up back. But you can see how we've taken the scratches out compared between there and there. So let's get the jeweler's rouge on that bit and see how we get on. I have tried all sorts with getting this, using T-cut, using the G8 compound or G3 compound, whatever it's called. None of it was touching glass. Obviously that's all designed for paint. But this stuff seems to be doing the trick. So let's give this corner a whirl and see what happens. Maybe better if I'd let this cool down fully so it'll stay wet for longer, but we'll see how we get on. It's drying out quite quickly now. Drop some water on that to bring that back to life. Let's try it again. a bigger felt pad would be helpful. It's definitely not a process you can rush, that's for sure. Right, so hopefully you can see now that right in that corner you've got the clarity back. It's not perfect, but it's still considerably better than that. See that down there? You can see how badly that was compared to that. Hold it against the light. Get the light pointing towards us. You can see, that's a little scratch on the other side now. But you see how the difference between the mistiness and how it's gone back to clarity on there. There we go, that's better. You can see the mistiness there and back to clarity. So yeah, happy with that. I shall crack on and do the rest of the glass and show you what we got. Okay, something strange has happened here with the glass, right on the edge. Thankfully this is going to be in a running strip, so you're not going to see it. But it's like the surface of the glass is melting and mixing back in with it. So if anybody understands glass, can let me know what's going on there. I'd appreciate the comment on that. Okay, so a drawback to this method, although it is working sort of slowly, it appears to be making the glass pink. It's actually not showing up that well on the camera, but it seems to be ingraining the red into the glass. So I think I'll get onto eBay and order a Mk1 glass polishing set, which is about 80 quid, and give that a whirl. Okie dokie, having another go at this pane of glass. Been a few days since I was out here. I've got the Mk1 kit has arrived, the Polar Shine. Now this looks like what this stuff was supposed to be, I think. Can't remember the name of the powder that's supposed to have been, but it comes a whole load of cutting discs, abrasive discs, the Abranet Mk1 system, and I am getting somewhere, although it is still slow going. As you can see, that's not coming too bad. A bit misty down there, but coming clear up there. One mistake I have made here, if you're gonna have a go at this, don't do what I've done, is I've ground down both sides of the glass before I polished it up, which is making life a little bit difficult for me to try and work out when I've gone with clarity or not. So I'm having to sort of look across the glass, and that's not really giving a true show. So what I should have done is polish up one side to clear, then flipped it over and done the scratches on the other side and polished that back up to clear. So lesson learned. If you're going to have a go at doing this, don't do that. This stuff definitely is nicer to use than the Jeweler's Rouge, although the Jeweler's Rouge was working, but it's just a mess. It's just messy. So this isn't nearly as messy as that. It's just a case of sticking it on and going for it. Although my grinder's starting to get a bit warm. I found a bit of water helps as well. So I'll keep on doing that, and we'll come back with the result. No point just constantly watching the same thing over and over again. Okie dokie, that's where we're at, and I'm mostly quite happy with that. As still it's a couple of rookie errors in there, still a couple of little scratches and what have you in there, but considerably better than what it was, so I can live with that. So I can go back in the car now. Needs a proper clean up. A couple of areas where it looks like a scratch is just the compound on there, so I need to give it a good scrub up. But that's come all right. That Mk stuff is certainly did the business. But I did have to swap out my little grinder. Started to throw a bit of smoke out the side, so I got the bigger polishing tool on it, which I should have done from the first, to be fair. Is a better tool for it. So happy days. Get that back in the car now, and you can start rebuilding that side of the car. Alright, yo, there we go. It's back in the car, and although not perfect, you can still see some bits and bobs in it. It is a lot better than what it was, so that's a result for me. Maybe in the meantime, I'll find a nice clear piece of glass cheap enough and I can replace it then, but it's better than it was, so that's an improvement. You'll see as well the rear glass is in, and we got a bit of carpet on the go as well. I didn't bother filming that, it's just slap. That's nothing special about that, it's just sticking an existing carpet set in. I'm got to cut around the gear stick bump bit there, which I might then paint what's left there with some bobbly type paint, similar to what I did with the cowling around for the steering wheel. The rear seats, the Alpha seats, are made their way back in, so we're making progress here, and the door cards are on, so it's starting to look a little bit like a car. So that's the end of another video. Thanks again for watching and tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed that. That's a bit more progress on the car. I see the glass is polished up and looking half about. Still got a few jobs to do. Windscreening, I might show a video of me fitting the windscreen. So rear screens are easy enough to fit because it's just teasing the rubbers back into place, but the rear screens, windscreens tend to be a bit more trouble than that, and they have like a little beading that goes around with them as well, for which you need a special tool, which I made one years ago, and there it is, in fact, from when I did a Mini. So my own bodgy tool for fitting windscreen rubber inserts in. So that maybe will be an upcoming video. Yeah, so see you again on the next one. Thanks for watching.